Dogpatch.
Dogpatch back again.
Long hiatus.
I mean, says who?
There's nothing wrong.
Did something happen during the time that we were off the air?
It takes 5 years to get a new D'Angelo record. I don't see why it should be any different for us.
Chilling.
Yeah, there's something to talk about. We keep...
New season of Master of None? What is it?
Are you doing the music licensing for that? Let's act like nothing happened and just talk about some music.
I'm always game to talk about some music.
In a strange way, 2020 acted as a pretty confining...
Of course.
Zone.
Go there, Dante.
You know what? We're never topical. We have to address this because I don't give a fuck about Marjorie Taylor Greene or Trump or any of these fucking shitheads. Fuck a hanging Chad. But the pando severely affected the way that the world works.
Yeah.
And that includes us not being able to make these shows.
Yeah. We banked 7 like the day before lockdown.
Great timing in that respect. You came up in February. We recorded a glut of shows. We were able to provide our half dozen listeners with content for at least 70% of the pandemic.
Before times content.
And because that time was kind of, constraining and it could have been treated or thought of as a prison, as we emerge from the confinement and isolation of 2020, I felt we should do a show that I've actually wanted to do for a long time, and that's music made by people in prison.
Yeah.
Do a show of music made and recorded in prison itself by people that are incarcerated.
Clanked up. And
there's a little bit of a tradition in this. I mean, most people's first kind of music prison collab, if you will, would have been the Johnny Cash records at Folsom and the one at San Quentin. Because in addition to being wildly popular, they're important.
Maybe one of the best-selling country records in history.
We're going to play all soul music recorded in prison today, and it's a micro genre that I've always been very intrigued by. And John, you are also intrigued by it to the point where you worked with an act that made music in prison. And we'll get to that later when we play their music. There's a lot of things to consider, when you think about this.
To note, recorded in prison by prisoners.
Often the institution, the jail, the prison would hire like a location, like a Century or, any number of location recording outfits to come in there and do it. Almost everything we're going to listen to is from the 70s. And I don't know much about what ownership meant in prison. Like, can you have a tape recorder? I don't know if you can, So you could certainly have access to a room that had instruments and stuff. And this show is going to demonstrate that the people in prison, these individuals definitely took advantage of that rec room.
It's kind of interesting, slightly off topic, but what is, when you buy bulk cassette tapes, you can buy tapes that are prison approved that don't have screws in them. So you can have a tape player, but you can't have CDs. Because we used to get requests from, do you have tapes? Because I can't have CDs in prison because they could turn them into weapons.
I remember when a friend of mine, Antonio, went away for a little while. He was like, send me some music, but just make sure that it's shrink wrapped. So it wasn't so much about the screws or the metal components. It just had to be new, as if...
So someone didn't slip like a razor blade in it or like a sheet of acid.
Yeah, but the thing is I was making him mixtapes and shrink wrapping them at my family's grocery store, and they were getting through.
That's great.
So you could effectively, if you wanted to, probably, record an entire escape plan for your guy and send it to him. Again, I'm sure that's institution by institution is what ownership and property means. And ultimately incarceration in America is some bullshit. And we know this. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most of the individuals that we're going to hear today shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Probably some shitty dope charge or just some bullshit.
Some 70s, like in the South, like mistaken identity.
Anything.
Like you were in a car with somebody who...
It's a pertinent topic right now with all this defund the police shit and everything else.
Private prisons.
Yeah, and the privatization of the prison industry. Like, it sucks that we have to get this shit out the mud, essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's all this beautiful art that was being made by dudes that were incredibly creative. And how are you not waking up in a shitty mood every single day and still make some of this great art? And one of a couple tenets of this, in addition to all of this having to be recorded in prison, that's just a technical thing. Also, what you find with a lot of prison recordings is almost all of them that I have and everything we're playing today, they're all originals. There's no covers. And clearly you can listen to the radio in jail and stuff. So guys would know, even guys that had been away for a long time would know what the contemporary sound was. So you'd expect there to be, a cover of, whatever a giant hit was at the time. But almost all this stuff is original, which attests to the kind of really creative part of this. Guys are writing lyrics, poetry, all this stuff.
Rehearsing it, teaching the parts to Jaboy.
Rehearsing it down to the microns.
Yeah.
And the first thing we're going to listen to is a group from the Waupun Correctional Institute in Wisconsin, in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, a group called Upheaval. And what's amazing about this is clearly a 2 or 3 mic affair, but they've so perfected their sound and their volume, particularly. Honestly, there's very few recordings like this that I've heard that have this much weight and room. And besides the fact they're playing the most savage fucking funk you will ever hear in your life. We kind of should have ended the show with this because it's going to be hard to...
The first cut should be the deepest.
Certainly, but it's going to be hard to meet just the kind of the reality, the actual reality of this, because it sounds like Prison.
Yeah.
It's so heavy and raw. You can feel the concrete and steel, but there's a hopeful element in the lyrics. And in a great turn of poetics, the song is called Paradise Lost. And you'll find a lot of this kind of like almost double meaning in song titling as we go through Dogpatch's exploration of Prison Soul. So this is Paradise Lost by Upheaval.
Man, that drummer was putting in work in the weight room.
Not much like that, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's not much like that.
The other thing to consider is like these guys had an hour to do this. Like to come in, set up the mics, they roll in the remote.
Yeah, they probably had one shot, to do it.
And because they don't have anything to do but like people always talk about the Minneapolis sound being a result of, harsh winters and like basement rehearsal to the point of perfection. But like these dudes were definitely like singing in the mess hall to like get those harmonies right, to like get that stuff in the pocket.
So all they had to do was practice so they could just perfect it. So in a way, it's kind of like the most vivid and real, because they have the guy comes in from the the location recording company, and they're like, go.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear the flip side of that record later on in the show, because it's a ballad and it's just as remarkable. So the next thing we're going to hear was recorded in Chicago at Cook County. Lucky in the Family. It's on a label called Dean.
Okay.
Which is Donnell Pittman's first record is on the same label.
I knew that sounded familiar.
And it's ultra custom shit from the West Side. Interestingly enough, this thing, which was clearly recorded maybe in the cafeteria or mess hall, it's got a loose and pretty vibed out thing going on. It was overseen by the warden at Cook County at the time, whose name is Winston Moore.
Okay.
A Google of his name and going down some articles in general historically about this guy, Winston Moore, is pretty intense. Villain, hero. He had a little bit of everything. Obviously, probably just out for self, and ultimately probably a shitty person because he's a fucking warden of Cook County or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard for everybody not to think of wardens as the same as the guy in Shawshank Redemption, because that movie, it's literally on TNT or TBS like 72 times a week.
Like the way that Ridiculousness is on MTV,
Yes.
like 22 hours a day. Shawshank Redemption is on like TBS too.
Anytime a warden is portrayed in films, and for the great deal of society, their only real understanding of life in prison is through films.
One-dimensional.
Hopefully we can amend that a little bit by playing this great music as well, seeing some of these incredible acts that came out. Anyway, Winston Moore was the warden of Cook County forever, for like most of the 20th century and shit. Like, who knows? He's probably born in like 1800.
Yeah.
Very interesting little Google pathway.
Is this on Sacramento Boulevard? Is that Cook County?
California.
California, yeah.
Lucky in the Family, Jail Soul. I had this thought when I was listening to it that sounds like the recording was made by Rerun when he snuck into the Doobie Brothers concert, which is like, because there's so much tape wobble on it. That's how it's pressed on the 45. It's like, it sounds like the tape was smuggled out.
See, because my theory is that it was either pressed on like a Nigerian 78 or that they were like, okay, the good news is we got a recording company to come record this. The bad news is they can't actually come in the prison.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to need to get near the window and just like shred.
Or the dudes just have like 200-foot booms,
Yeah.
like over the walls of Cook County. There's a feral quality to that one.
Yeah.
Like I was sure like while Winston Moore, whoever was watching this go down, and they got more and more African, that he was like, whoa, like never again. But Cook County, for what it's worth, the site of many recordings by acts that came in to perform for the inmates. B.B. King, there's Jimmy McGriff and Junior Parker, all those Groove Merchant ones. And there's also a group called Cook County that has an LP called Released on Greedy.
Okay.
Like Juice Catch a Groove Greedy. Yeah. Incredibly rare. Sadly, we don't have it. I don't have it, so we can't listen to it on this particular show. But Cook County was like the criteria of prison recording, quite a bit from Cook County.
Right around the corner from Chaparita.
Steak taco.
So the question actually is begged here, John. Have you ever been to jail?
I've not been incarcerated. I've been to visit people.
You never been even like in bookings or like act a fool and just like wind up in the overnighter?
What's up, bro?
No, you?
Once, yeah.
Wow.
In Kansas City. It sucked. It didn't really suck compared to probably being at Cook County or Waupun or any number of facilities that these folks were in.
What'd you record?
My folk album was made there, my acoustic folk album, one string, you know. They took the strings away. You couldn't really have them. I should tell a story. So I actually didn't do anything. I was with two other people and we got wasted at this bar.
Of course you didn't do anything.
I legitimately didn't do anything. Oh. Whatever the case was, there was like this breezeway when you walked out of the bar that, you know, if you were in the breezeway, you were alone and there was doors on each side of it. And there was some glass case in there with like T-shirts and baseball hats for the bar or whatever. And my buddy was drunk and like mad about something and just like kicked it and shattered it and then bolted.
No, I'm not.
And I'm sat there wasted, like what? Just I didn't expect anything. And I get gaffled up by the wait staff or whatever. Had to spend the night in jail. Anyway, that shit's stupid. But the court date is actually,
yes,
this is what I want to talk about. So the court it's in Kansas City in like 94, 95. And I'm in there with a whole bunch of other people.
Buttoned up, like hungover. What's your
No,
state?
it was like weeks, months later.
Yeah.
I didn't have a suit on, but I didn't go in there wearing a corrosion of conformity shirt or whatever. Anyway, the judge was some ultra hard ass, probably Winston Moore type motherfucker, and was having none. Like threw two or three people out of the courtroom already for like just talking under their breath. You know, like this guy sucked. Hard ass Kansas City, like Pendergrass ass shit. So been in there for about 30 minutes getting ready for like my case to come up to see what the deal is. This dude bursts through the double swing doors. Like imagine People's Court with the swinging door. This dude busts through it, top of his lungs. Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Going off, going so hard. And the place is like, oh shit. Like if the judge had a gun, he probably just would have like.
This is like a Martin Lawrence character.
Jerome.
Yeah.
Jerome walks into this thing. I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's going to get the electric chair. You know, like today.
Dragonfly Jones gets the electric chair. Wasn't it like two brothers in a Fleetwood or something?
Yeah, he had a bunch of shit. He was like, not guilty, not guilty. Two brothers rolling a Benz in Brookside. Bullshit, not guilty. It was nuts. And then two of the bailiffs just kind of like gathered him and took him out, and he was still talking shit on the way out. And it was, I remember looking at the attorney that I was with and just like, what the fuck?
Maybe not.
Okay, so we're going to stay in Illinois for this next thing. Another reputable prison in Illinois is Stateville. Made famous, obviously, by Blues Brothers, and that's where they're leaving to start their amazing Chicago story.
God, canon.
Baked
potato appeal.
Yes, I mean, that's the real Chicago, people. If you've never been here, just, Blues Brothers.
Can't miss the Blues Brothers tour.
No, Dan Aykroyd is Chicago.
Picks you up from Pequods.
And this LP came out in like the early 80s. It's called Jammin' in the Joint. There's a bunch of different bands on it. There's a Ghanaian, I believe he's from Ghana, a Ghanaian musician down at the University of Illinois named Oscar Sully. He was like an educator, performer during the 70s and 80s. And he had something to do with facilitating this recording. But this is cool because it's early 80s, but obviously you can tell some of these guys have probably been in for a minute because the sound is a little got its foot in the other thing. This also has a very interesting recording quality where you're very much just standing right there in the concrete room listening to them. Like you can kind of feel the reflections off this cold steel and concrete. We're going to hear a few tracks from this LP because it's a pretty exceptional LP, but this is Main Attraction by Main Attraction. Another tape that kind of sounds smuggled out of the joint. That was We Got the Funk by Phil Brick Grady, and that appears on...
White Phil Brick?
They just call him Phil. But that track came from the Texas Prison Rodeo LPs.
Yeah, those are cool. I've never seen those.
Of which there are many.
Crazy.
Maybe as many as a dozen. And it's Huntsville Prison in Texas. That particular band is called the Easton Band. And the Easton Band was kind of the house name for whatever.
Well, on this one, there's a picture of them all, and it's very, like, democratic. I mean,
it's pretty intense how integrated it is down there for sure. The Texas Prison Rodeo still goes on as far as I know. It's kind of a big thing. I'm assuming they have a music program still. I don't know.
I had a friend who taught kind of like poetry, English, creative writing in prison, and one of the guys from Deralcha was in her group.
In North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting, like the rooming roominess that you refer to is the same roominess that I hear. Like Lyman Woodard's Saturday Night Special was recorded with a 16-track mobile recording unit that was on a bread truck, and they just like backed it into a warehouse and recorded it. And to me, that roominess, to be able to hear that it's kind of endearing. So, these guys didn't have an option. Like they didn't have,
baffling.
I was going to say that despite the abundance of isolation in prison, there's not a lot of good isolation in prison.
They don't have a mic that I know of that records vibes and just general, energies.
And no sweetening, no like compressors, no
strings overdubbed,
no plate reverb.
So it's this honest portrayal and an honest picture of like what's happening in front of you. It's kind of remarkable.
It's kind of like modern Lomax,
Yeah, in a way it is. It does carry on the tradition of like Harry Oster and Lomax going into Parchment Farm and those places and recording people like Leadbelly and Robert Pete Williams. So we listened to some funk examples. We're going to start playing some sweet soul examples and ballad examples, of which there's a ton. And actually, most of the time, if you find a prison-generated recording, it tends to be sweet and like pretty and beautiful. So this next fellow's name is Eddie Collins, and he's also on the Prison Rodeo LPs. He shows up on a few of the volumes and always turns in a great sweet soul performance.
can't go on back, come on back.
Obviously, that was really, really carefully mixed.
Yeah, for sure.
Like very subtle, like that little group backing and that acoustic guitar that's super delicate in there. So you got to think whoever the location recorder was took that back, and a very impartial person mixed it. You know, not anybody that had any stake in how like good it sounded. There wasn't like one of the guys in the band over the shoulder, like bring up the treble.
But the panning on the vocals, I implore anyone listening to this to listen to it in a stereo environment, because the sort of conversation between the background vocalist and then that second vocalist that comes in like a Richie Shade fashion where you're like, oh, who's this?
Yeah, those are great records, those all the Huntsville stuff. So the Huntsville Prison Rodeo records are usually evenly split between kind of like country and soul for the most part. It's usually predominantly country, but you're always going to get a couple soul tracks on there. And again, they're from the 70s, but still kind of progressive to even think about, okay, we need some black representation on this.
Yeah.
You'd think in Texas, they just as easy be like, you know, who cares about those guys? Just put out these, you know, whatever.
This is cowpoke country.
Yeah, exactly. Like Ford Truckman shit.
I don't know if you ever watched that Fugazi documentary, Instrument, but they play in prison in D.C., and it's Fugazi in like 91, and the inmates are like all black and like headbanging, like almost like kind of like making like, hey, look at me, I'm headbanging.
This is what I'm supposed to do to this, right?
Yeah, but just dudes.
So it's no different than a normal Fugazi concert. So the next thing we'll play is from Georgia, from Cordella, Georgia. And actually, there's an interesting story with this particular record. So this was an unknown 45 before me and a friend kind of investigated it. I saw the listing in a Cashbox directory from the 70s. It had a listing for the label. It said Prison Soul, a name, an address in some tiny town in Georgia. And we ended up finding the guy, and he gave the records to some of the guys that were in the band. He was a producer from outside. But that's it.
Okay.
He gave us pretty good stories and some paperwork. So this is betraying the actual ethos of our show in that these guys were bussed to a studio to do this, which obviously must have been a pretty big deal because, you know, you're taking whatever 10 guys on a bus to a recording. I mean, you know, it's pretty weird. So
yeah. Also
think about being in a recording studio with some white sheriff with his gun on you, essentially waiting for you to do some stupid shit. So not the most mellow, weed-filled studio experience I'd imagine for these guys. Nonetheless, turn in this great Sweet Soul song. It's a take on Love's Gonna Rain Down on Me by Archie Bell and the Drells, but it's pretty dusted, actually. It's got some kind of modern 70s effects going on.
Archie Bell lives in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Why?
Married a Winston girl.
Really?
Archie Bell knows what's up.
I'm in love with the girl next door. Oh, how I wish she were mine. I like the way you wear your hair, and your smile is so warm. Can't compare. Hey, you are an angel with heaven in your eyes. You, my heart just angel, whenever you walk by. Girl, I need you, and I want you to be mine. Hey, lady, be my baby. Girl, before you blow my mind. Somehow it seems I've known you for years, and each night in my dreams, that face of yours appears. Girl, today I must know if I can be your man. Girl, please tell me so, then I will know where I stand. Because girl, I need you, and I want you to be mine. Hey, lady, be my baby. Girl, before you blow my mind. I like the way that you wear your hair, and your smile is so warm. The sun can compare. Little girl, you changed my world. Not like it was before. Honey, girl, I need you, and I want you to be mine. Hey, lady, be my baby. Girl, before you blow my mind. Honey, girl, I need you, and I want you to be mine. Hey, lady, be my baby. Girl,
So that was The Girl Next Door by the effectively named The Mansion, which was apparently those particular fellas' nickname for the Green Bay Correctional Facility, which they were based and recorded.
If you've ever looked at Green Bay on a map, it's not in a very soulful part of Wisconsin, but it brings to mind the fact that if you've got a prison soul group from Texas or California, think about these states and how big they are and how the music in Humboldt County is so much different than the music in San Diego and the musical traditions, but you get all these guys in a band. It's probably the only kind of situation other than like all-state band in high school where you would get people from so many different parts of a state that might have so many different kinds of musical and creative inclinations together to collaborate on something, essentially not by force, but de facto, collaborators.
There's a prison jazz LP from Columbus, Ohio called the Ohio 511 Jazz Ensemble, Hard Luck Soul, recorded within the walls. And there's pictures of all because it's an LP, you get a little bit more data. There's pictures of everybody on the back. There's a couple white dudes. It's mainly African-American, but it's got their names, and you're looking at them, and it also says location. And I don't know if that's where they were picked up or where they were from or whatever. Whenever I look at it, I end up kind of getting engrossed and looking at each of the photos and thinking like the who and why of each of these people. And if you look at one of the white dudes, you're like, would he even fuck with Larry?
Yeah.
It's really, all these things go through your mind. So the Mansion on Gibbs, that's a pretty good one though.
Oh yeah. That was the best sounding one that we've heard so far. It
well,
was really
Upheaval's
nice.
got an incredible sound as well.
Yeah.
Shockingly, the best prison soul recordings are all from Wisconsin. That's kind of the most interesting thing, and it might actually say a little something about the policing in a place like Wisconsin, or because there's really not that many black folks in the entire state of Wisconsin, and yet here we have two like magnificent 45s.
Sure.
Again, if we had some kind of like criminologist or something on here with us, he'd be able to tell us probably the reason for a certain amount of the why behind this shit.
Yeah.
In today's news, like Minnesota is obviously the genesis of the entire police reappraisal conversation. And Wisconsin and Minnesota are the same shit, essentially.
For sure.
Sorry to all of our Minnesota and Wisconsin people.
Much love.
We know that you're not the same shit, but to us down here, you're kind of just the same shit. Up there, we say. So we're going to return to the Stateville Jammin' in the Joint LP for the next track, which is a band called Choice Band. Another one of the groups that appear on the LP. Great sweet soul track and a little bit probably of the era. It's an early 80s recording and it doesn't have its foot in the past as much as some of this other stuff may. It's called Second Time Around.
About a couple of young lovers who was experiencing hard times. Now these two people were very, very much in love with each other. But because of the difficult times they was experiencing, they felt that they had to separate. One of them knew how to rectify their current situation, because he still loved her and she still loved him. But then one day it happened. The guy put in the words of a song that went like this. Pretty lady with a smile of dignity, a blessing above, to have a style that set you free. So free, so free. Second time around, falling in love the second time around. saying? You never know the good thing you had until you lost it. This wasn't nothing but a lesson to this young couple. They know now, no matter what happened, they got to try to pull it on through. See, let's just hope that you don't have to experience this problem that they had to go through. Those days are over. No denying undying faith. The love that we have, no one could ever take your place. No one, no one. Second time around, falling in love the second time around. Second time around.
So while that was playing, you said to me that there were no guitar tuners inside, which made me think about any place where there's public use equipment and how fucked up that equipment is.
Oh my God.
So you got to think, there's not a guitar center inside of Stateville. So there was probably a guardian. Like if you fuck that keyboard up, you're done.
Yeah. How many times has that guitar been dropped?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they became these talismanic objects. We have 2 guitars.
Yeah.
There's something about guitar strings in jail. Like if they take your shoelace as a guitar string, you could cut a dude's head off with that shit.
Yeah.
So guitar strings were probably a really strictly enforced commodity.
They might have taken them off and put them in.
Yeah, they probably had to restring those joints for the most part.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
I felt like I heard the dude flatten the lyric sheet right before he started singing, unfold it or flatten it.
Definitely.
And that's the kind of thing that wouldn't get faded out.
Something like that. It's like, while yes, they're trying to create a song, I don't think this was their intention, but it is de facto, like you said, it's a snapshot of a very particular time and place. It's a field recording for all intents and purposes, And so that paper shuffle, that happened.
Well, yeah, you can't be punch me out right there where I shuffle the paper. They probably didn't even hear this until it was pressed up.
They probably didn't even hear it then. I mean, that's a case with a lot of this stuff.
Absolutely.
It's like, I did this, but it was only available on the outside. So maybe my mama bought it or whatever, or my brother. But you also have to wonder, some of these guys, when they got out, would they even want it? It might remind them of a time.
Well, and how long were they in? Because if they were in for 10 years, good luck one of those 45s still being around.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard enough to find as it is. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy numbers thrown around by some of these 45s I've played today, Upheaval's rumored to only made 25. That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Again, who was the audience? I mean, something like the Mansion or the ones that are a little bit more sophisticated, you're like, okay, a soul enthusiast in 1975 would definitely be into that, but there ain't no distro. And there's no merch booth at Stateville either.
And while there are plenty of postcards commemorating prisons, American prisons, a 45 is not cheap. So to have the resources to even make them, let alone distribute them, is sort of
if the county paid for it, it either took some sympathetic administrator or pressure from some outside group. Come on, anything,
a grant or something.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame we don't have a criminologist on staff, because they'd be able to inform us about the kind of mechanics.
Layoffs were really tough.
Yeah, I know. We had to lay off our staff criminologist.
Goodbye.
But they'd be able to tell us, the environment that was needed, because I would assume largely it was probably hard as fuck. You had to fight for this shit.
Yeah.
Only to have 2 stone dudes in Chicago talk about it 35, 40 years later. Next, we're going to listen to something near and dear to your heart, Mr. John Kirby.
Indeed.
It is a group from Virginia called Edge of Daybreak. I give you the floor.
Well, Edge of Daybreak was group from Powhatan Correctional Facility outside of Richmond. Dudes from all over Virginia. A guy who just like was in Virginia in a stolen car accidentally, originally from South Carolina. And this is something you should consider in retrospect when upon repeat listens to this podcast, is that the singer is also the drummer, and he had never played drums before.
Really?
Like they needed a drummer, and he was like,
I can do it.
I can play drums. So this is a guy.
Well, he probably wouldn't say no to shit if somebody's like, hey, do you want to come to the rec room for an hour a day and do this?
He's got a non-boom mic stand between his legs, so he's singing while playing drums. And then, so these are guys that I spoke to create a body of liner notes about this particular record. Rehearsal is tough when different dudes are in different parts of the prison, and then
Block D, Block C.
You know, they all have rec at different times. They were like basically woken up one morning and been like, the studio's here, go down. You know, they've rolled in the 2-track machine. They had time to basically sound check and play each song one time, and apparently the wardens were in the room being like, yo, it's time to go. Like, no, like, you know, doing the like cut it out gesture while they're playing their last song, which is like a beautiful kind of Curtis Mayfield inspired ballad. So the pressure on dudes in a recording situation like this is something, you know, we don't hear, but you have to imagine was present.
There's a lot of guns in studios these days.
Yeah.
But that's like willing. Like they're not oppressive guns. Like back in the day, like with all the stuff that we've been listening to today, where there's literally some like hillbilly with a rifle on the other side of the glass looking at his watch.
Suge Knight Studios, or, you know, Death Row Studios,
a little bit different.
Voluntary guns.
There wasn't law enforcement
No.
in most recording studios. And most of these guys got out, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of press. Like I found a lot of news clippings about these guys. And this was something that a guy named Milton Hogue, who owned a head shop in Richmond that also sold records. It was one of these approved places where you could get music, 8-track tapes, sent from Bohannon's in Richmond to the prison.
What is Bohannon's?
That was the head shop, the record shop.
Yes.
He sparked up a conversation with the band leader, James Carrington, who would go on to buy Bohannon's and run his own chain of record store, Carrington's Music, several locations around Virginia.
Killed those spots, dude. I hit Carrington so hard.
Before
all you Atlantic Coast boys, I was in there crating your face off.
Maximum grip.
I've heard tales. Lament.
No Edge of Daybreak, however.
My prison lament about all the records I didn't buy at Carrington's in Petersburg, Virginia. But yeah, so he was kind of like, he came and checked out the band. And he said, yeah, I like these guys. I'll put a record out by them. And so he got Alpha Audio to go down and record on site.
So Nick Colleran did that? The Alpha Audio guy did that?
I always want to call him Eric Johnson. That's not the white blues guy, is it?
It is.
Okay, so his name sounds like Eric Johnson, but isn't Eric Johnson.
Derek Johnson?
But anyway.
Derek Fisher?
Eric and the Ominos.
Truly burnt.
Hold on, it's in my phone.
Wildman Fisher? Frank Zappa recorded Edge of Daybreak?
Captain Beefheart recorded this.
Does Frank Zappa play on the Edge of Daybreak album?
Mark Johnson from Alpha Audio went down with a 2-track machine, mic'd everything, and was in and out in, I think, 5 hours.
An afternoon.
They did it. Yeah.
So we're going to hear one song from the Edge of Daybreak LP, of which there are many. It's a great album front to back.
Truly.
A long player. We're going to hear Bring Me You. What year is it from? 77?
It's from 79.
79.
And that's the other thing that I wanted to mention that we kind of touched on earlier, is that because of the lack of access to outboard gear, sweetening, little synthy glissandos and stuff, and also considering that the bass player for this group, he went in 1970. So that's like his cutoff point for pop culture. So while this record is from 79, it sounds heart of the 70s.
That's kind of a feature of a lot of this stuff. It's probably got the sound of when the guys were put in. That's still what's in their blood, and time kind of stopped in a certain regard for many individuals, at least culturally, the stuff that's going into their head and influencing them artistically.
I have a homie who went into jail and came out still thinking people listen to Jamiroquai.
Still your homie?
No.
So just bring me you. 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 Just send me no flower, candy and such. Just love yourself, you know it's you I want to touch. Presents of fun and they bring memories of delight. Nothing can take your place when I need to hold you tight. Bring me you. Nothing can take the place for you. Bring me you. When it's not around you, nothing else will do. Bring me you. Write me no letters, postcards and things. Get your sweet self to me and the joy you bring. Send letters I words on paper, ooh, so cold. The words can give me the warmth when it's you I long to hold. Yeah, girl, bring me you. Bring me you. Bring me you. Bring me you. I want your love, I need you, baby. Bring me you. Bring me you. Bring me you. I can't think of anything I wouldn't rather do than be in the arms of the one I love. So just bring me you. Nothing can take the place for you. Bring me you. It's not around you, nothing else will do. Bring me you. Just bring your sweet loving self to me and I'll be just what you get. Whoa, bring me you. I said just bring me you. In the place of you, bring me you. When it's not around you, nothing else will do. Bring me you.
It's remarkable to think that a guy could have went to prison in the mid 60s at a young age. Let's say he was 21, 20 years old. And then they make this record in 1979, almost 20 years later. And let's say he grew up playing the piano, an acoustic piano, and then suddenly they put a Moog in front of him. Mm-hmm. Like, whoa, that's some science fiction shit.
That's exactly what that sound was just like a monophonic synthesizer. Could have even been that like Radio Shack realistic. And they were like, figured out how to make wind sounds.
Like, that's some psychedelic shit.
Our man 50 Grand, Norman Whiteside, while he recorded before he went into prison, he did a bid. When he got out, he was hanging out in Chicago and we were sitting in my car. There was an Anita Baker song that came on the radio. And he's like, I've never heard this Anita Baker song. It was like a top, it was like a number one for like 6 months on the R&B charts. And he's like, I've never heard this. The stuff that people miss out on, it could be very small, but it really it can really add up.
There'll be some gaps, you know?
And that was something that I sort of meant to say, and I don't know the case with a lot of these records, but I have to imagine that the case with Edge of Daybreak was the case that Milton Hogue made for the band was, you know, I'd like to give these guys some skills and when they get out of prison, have something, you know, to sort of serve as a resume that they can prove that they have some abilities, you know, outside of washing laundry for the prison.
To amateur criminologists such as ourselves, you know, explaining this so well. Another kind of glaring thing about all of this is clearly all of this is men's prison. These are all men. I have no women's prison recordings offhand at all. There is one track by a woman named Kim Holloway on the Bartlesville, Oklahoma prison record. It's just a woman singing with a piano. And she is, in fact, from the women's prison part of this, you know, Oklahoma whatever. You're only really going to find men's prison recordings, which is, I mean, if you think that a male inmate is marginalized, think about the female inmate, even more so.
I'll be honest, I had heard Edge of Daybreak. I didn't know it was a prison record until I'd heard it on CD for several years. And I could have sworn there was a woman on it, but it was a gentleman named Harry Coleman who was named Cupcake, who sings all the falsetto parts, all the true falsetto parts on Edge of Daybreak. So
a lot to unpack there, a lot of layers. So we've listened to a pretty good survey of this type of microgenre, recordings made by people that are incarcerated. I think we did a pretty good job, at least of the soul end of things. You could probably do another entire show of just country that was done there. Certainly. We skip past certain, like the Prisonaires on Sun is a very famous incarcerated band from the 50s. Probably the most famous for most crusty rock guys or whatever. Obviously, we're always scanning the margins and looking for this really weird shit.
All prisoners matter, don't they?
It is true, except the white collar motherfuckers, actually. You know what I'm saying? I kind of have less sympathy for a white collar
Those
scumbag.
dudes aren't talented.
Yeah, well, even like some murderer, you know, or whatever. Like, Leadbelly killed a motherfucker. He's fucking incredible. You know, that's a whole other show. Is like trespasses versus artistic merit. You know, fuck. Anyway, we're gonna close the show with the flip side of the Upheaval single, a 150 million pound ballad called "Now That You've Gone."
Weeper Rollers.
The Reality Index. Like, if there was a reality index for all music, like, this would be the gold standard, the blue chip.
Well, also, what's more Rolla than a Rolla recorded in prison?
I mean,
like recorded at a funeral of a clown who died in a lowrider accident?
In an Impala.
T-boned by another Impala.
En route to a Sly Slick and Wicked reunion show. Right?
Or he was on his way to Funk Freaks.
That was the night before.
Okay.
He was going to the Sly Slick and Wicked
because it was an
reunion.
afternoon thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Two foos in heaven. Oh, hell no. I want to create the reality index. I want to create some app that you play a song through it and it's like, this is 20% bullshit. I don't know how you'd be able to gauge or read sincerity. It's actually kind of reality and sincerity are kind of the same thing. So sincerity index, because that's the thing is none of these guys are like, I'm gonna get rich. No. They're just like, I'm making this to make it. Yeah. And that form of expression,
it's a message in a bottle in a certain way. Like there's a not all hope is lost if you have something, a song or a performance or something to put everything you have into.
Well, also that song in your heart, if you will, they can't take that from you. So one of the only things when you're incarcerated they can't take is what's inside. So most people have a song in their heart. I mean, isn't there fucking a million songs about the songs in your heart?
Again, the amount of people who are in prison who shouldn't be is outstanding and staggering. But just, you know, listen to all this. I shudder to call it caged beauty, but like any one of these groups could have opened for Sly and the Family Stone, you know, could have gone out and done something incredible. And even after that Edge of Daybreak record came out, there was still the worst people on earth who were like putting comments in the Richmond newspaper website saying like, will profits from this record go to compensate the victims of their crimes?
Yeah.
And you're just like, are we still having this conversation?
The rule of the law people, like where there's no gray, they fail to understand that actually there's no black and white, but the entire world is gray. Extremely hard to deal with.
Like a dude went to jail for 6 years and you're going to ask, what has he done for you lately?
There's arguments to be made on both sides of this shit, and both of them become really depressing no matter what.
Yeah.
That said, let's end with a little bit of beauty here. The flip side of the upheaval, now that you've gone a 50 billion pound ballad. This has been Dogpatch. I'm Dante Garfagna.
I'm John Kirby.
Till next time.